A woman who, at 50 years old, is navigating the profound exhaustion of being a perpetual giver. She has spent her life pouring her energy and love into others, only to be abandoned once her well was empty. Her declaration that her life is empty and that she will never be loved again is the understandable cry of a deeply wounded heart. A new path for two wounded souls. Her simple act of jogging every morning is her quiet revolution, a declaration that she is choosing herself, even if it's just for a fleeting moment of self-made happiness by the side of the road. It's not about finding someone. It's about finding something inside herself that still wants to move forward. And then there's him, a man of a similar age, equally wounded by a painful betrayal. He carries the weight of a heartbreak after his wife cheated on him. It seems the universe, with its strange sense of timing, has placed two people on parallel paths of recovery. She is healing from the pain of being taken from. He is healing from the pain of being betrayed. They are both at an age where they believed the story of their life was written, only to have the final chapters ripped out. Now, they are both starting over, one stride at a time, on the same road. Where do we go from here? This is a beautiful setup for a chapter of slow, unexpected connection. What do you think happens next when these two lonely figures, each running from their own past, finally cross paths on the road? Does she notice him first, or does he notice her?
It happened 3 weeks into their silent mirrored routines. Alara was in the brightly lit produce aisle, her mind already calculating the emptiness of the evening ahead, when her cart snagged. A small pyramid of crisp red apples tumbled across the polished floor. The sound was surprisingly loud, a clatter that instantly drew her deep flush of embarrassment. Before she could even bend down, a familiar shadow dropped beside her. It was him, the man from the road. They moved in tandem, two pairs of hands reaching for the same rolling spheres. Their fingers brushed briefly over a flawless Fuji. "I'm so sorry," Alara murmured, her voice rusty from disuse. "No, it was mine too," he replied, gathering the last few and placing them gently back into her cart. His voice was soft, carrying a depth of quiet kindness that was instantly reassuring. He looked up, and for the first time their eyes truly met. Not in the rush of morning exercise, but here, under the harsh supermarket lights. They saw not the joggers, but two souls weren't smoothed by loss. "Thank you," she said, managing a genuine, if tentative, smile. "It was no trouble," he responded, stepping back. "I'm Thomas." "Alara," she replied. And that was it. A simple transaction, a name exchanged. But as they nodded goodbye and went their separate ways, the supermarket felt a little less sterile. The fraying of solitude. The next morning, on the road, their silence was different. It wasn't the silence of strangers, but of those who share a secret. A few days later, Thomas stopped his run just as Alara was pausing to stretch. "Do you ever find that jogging just makes you crave a really good cup of coffee?" he asked, not demanding an answer, but simply offering the possibility. Alara hesitated for only a second, the fear of connection battling the deep, aching need for companionship. She said, "Sometimes, always." And so it began. Not a whirlwind romance, but a slow, cautious sharing of space. Their coffee dates were punctuated by comfortable silences, the occasional shared observation about the weather, and eventually the tentative unspooling of their histories. They didn't rush to fix each other. They simply created a safe harbor where two people,